Squared. Y'all forget.
So sorry. Go on. Carry on.
Some people, I said, "Are you ready?" Yeah. We
I
get on the
didn't
thing.
know
Then we
that it was going to make noise.
It was back and forth to be in the squared, and then all of a sudden, playing videos.
I guess if we did this every week,
Oh my
I would
God.
be used to it. Why do we always have to have beef?
We don't have to have beef. Beef is what's for dinner, my daughter said this morning. Beef Wellington. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We don't need any help from the peanut gallery. Thank you very much.
Pray my strength, y'all. I got to deal with these folks in this house.
So, we are back. People have been asking us about videos. So, I said, fine, let's do a video today. Y'all see, I still got my roughness on. And I don't get this. Hair, need a haircut. That's coming soon. So, just got done with some vittles. Bariatric chef Bianca. I don't think this was very bariatric necessarily, but
No, just regular. Did some greens with some turkey wings.
So this is a test to see who really watched the videos. So I know certain people out there that like Bianca's greens, and they kind of wait for her to make them. So we'll see if they get a response to this video about the greens. See if anybody
start reaching out like, excuse me.
Yeah. So greens was on the menu. They're really good. Smoked turkey on the inside. Before we get really started into the bariatric stuff, we'll take this time to talk about two things right now, maybe more later on. But the first thing I want to do is talk about how busy we've been this month with graduations, and there's been deaths and funerals we talked about previously. Hopefully we're wrapping that season up
very quickly,
because as you all know, we are born to die, and everybody has their season. I think our pastor always talking about one day it's going to be you, to where you're going to have to be in front of the church with your family member laid out, and so you want to be able to give grace to other people and be there to support other people, because you will have your day. Mm-hmm. So we're going through our season of that. A lot of people are going through that right now. So I just pray peace over everybody's life that has got to go through some deaths that have been going on this last couple of months. Again, just pray for peace over your lives, so that y'all can get through these tough times. If there's anything that we can do as part of B Squared, that we can do. If you want us to share a word for somebody, y'all want to hear something, y'all want to hear me sing to make you feel better, I will give you a tune that's going to make your day brighter. But again,
just think about that though before you request it. Just really think about that.
I just want to let you know that we are here at your time of need, that's what that one guy said. We're just a phone call away.
Y'all don't listen to him on that point, because that part, there was a scary funeral guy.
Scary funeral guy.
Yes, who was like, "We're awaiting your call." Excuse you? I'm not calling you. Not at all.
All he was doing was saying what I just recently said. It's something that we can do for you, the family.
But when you say it creepily, and your head does this, and then you open your eyes big, and we at a cemetery, no sir, I don't need nothing from you. Don't wait my call, my family call, none of that. Call somebody else. I told my family I'd haunt them if they called that man.
Anywho, that brings me to the next point of this is Memorial Day weekend. It is rough with having a lot of deaths right now, and remembering those that have gone before us. So if you got time to spend with your family this weekend, if you're off work, take that opportunity to do that. If you're going to the grave sites to visit, do that in a respectful manner to all the people that are out, because this will be busy.
And it's okay to be late. Your family just want to see you.
Right.
So drop in, show your face, get some loves. You never know. It's okay.
Yes, it is good. It is good to reach out. So we want to make sure, like I said, we want to be there for those that are in time of need because it's a rough season. And then, like you said, showing up for people and being there just for you for a few minutes brings me to my next point on my two. It also has been graduation season. Graduation season. I don't need any notes from the peanut gallery. Thank you very much. Thank you. Back up. Okay, so again, it's graduation season. We've had a lot of graduations. I'm going to take the moment to shout out each graduate that we were personally connected to. I'm not going to say first and last names on everybody.
I'm going to see if he got them all.
I got them all.
Okay.
We're going to start at church. We have Jada, Michael, Bobby, Angel, Frankie, Chrislyn. And there was a few others that were part of our church that we didn't know about until the last minute. So congratulations to you all. And in the family, there was Jackson, Diamond, Anasia, and Dershawn. And then especially want to say congratulations to you all for being family. And then there's one special person that's graduating on June the 5th. That would be my son,
Whoop whoop.
Brayton Trevor Hayes.
3 down, 1 to go.
Brayden Trevor Hayes.
Are you practicing for the...
I don't even gonna do it like that, but I'm gonna give him his props right now. One more time. Everybody ready?
We're ready.
Brayton Trevor Hayes. Woo!
Oh, you wanted us to woo? I thought
I
you
was
said
about to with the more than this. I was confused.
All right, let's try one more again.
Listen. I'm not your mama. And I need y'all to focus and be attentive to what I'm talking about, okay?
You didn't say, and the crowd go wild.
I said, let's try it again. Let's do it.
I thought you was just saying it again.
I was gonna do it, but then
Go
Mommy
ahead.
didn't. I was confused.
Go ahead. We ready now.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Sure.
Yes, I'm ready. I got you ready.
Brayton Trevor Hayes.
Woo!
Thank you. So, who had the horn? We did get to actually attend some of the graduations. Some of them we didn't get to. We did watch them live stream, which is a wonderful thing. Even one of the members of the church, well, the minister of the church was talking about that. I asked him how many. He had several this year as well, and asked him how many he actually made to. He just made to, I think, 1 or 2. I think he said 1 for sure, his sons, and maybe one other. But with there being so many in the family, it's hard to make them to all. But the live stream is very, very good. When the camera shot's good, whole nother conversation. But then also the fact of with everybody having tickets, it makes it more difficult to be able to invite people. And I, definitely understand it's a hard decision. I remember back when I was in high school, which is a long time ago. We can talk about that. But I think we had 10. I think we either had 5 or 10 tickets. I think we had 5 tickets and 2 parent tickets. And my family is huge.
Can't relate.
So we had to try to figure it out. And I got a little story I may share one day in the future about those tickets. And somebody got a ticket that shouldn't have got a ticket that didn't show up. Neither here or there. I'm over it now.
Are you?
You don't sound over it.
Well, I just want to say, anybody that we watch live stream, do not think that we weren't just as loud
Yes.
in our living room
Yes.
as we would have been in person.
Yes.
We was very loud. I'm
Very
sure our
loud.
neighbors were confused.
Very loud. Well, again,
But they need to mind their business.
we want to congratulate those seniors for making it that far. And as a lot of the news talked about, oh, these are the pandemic kids. They went in as freshmen as a pandemic and all that. Yeah, that's good and fine. Let's shout out those parents. Can we get a round of applause for the parents that got those kids at that point? Those parents.
Because they made it too.
They made it too.
They should have a separate diploma for parents with graduates.
And they should
Because we
all
go through a lot with these
walk across
children.
the stage. Give them their flowers because it is a lot to get a child from elementary school to middle school.
Heck,
All
birth.
the way.
You forgot the birth. You got to get to elementary school, Jesus.
And then to graduation day. As I told my class that I was teaching today, their journey's not done. So all those seniors that I mentioned, your journey's not done. Keep the faith, keep going on, and keep striving for whatever goals and dreams that you might have. Because the word no does not have to exist.
That's right.
It doesn't. Who said we can't do what we want to do? Because the Bible says, I can do all things who strengthen me. I'm about to shout. All things. I told my class today, y'all want to go to Paris in 5 years? Who said we can't do it? Why can't we? We need to get out of that mentality of saying we can't. We got to get out of that mentality of saying we broke and I don't got the money to do that. All you got to do is work hard to achieve the goals that you set forth, and you do what you got to do.
It's a lot of money out here that they got for folks, but you got to do the work.
And then the last thing, I'm gonna get off my little soapbox. Last thing I'm gonna say is that in my class, I had some of the seniors in there for just a few minutes, but one of the students said that their accomplishment, what they thought graduation was all about, is that she didn't want to become a statistic, because in our community they trying to tell us that we can't learn, we can't do this, and we can't do that. She's a teenager without a child, with good grades, and going to college. That's rare, and it shouldn't be that way. They're killing us all every single day that we're dying out here in these streets. But these graduates, all of them are not named. That's why I named all of them, because of the fact those are people that I knew directly. There's a lot of graduates out there, but they made it, and it's an accomplishment that they ain't dead on the street somewhere. It's an accomplishment. Like one of the managers said this morning. He said somebody didn't make it through junior year.
There's a 5-year-old that didn't make it to elementary school.
There was a 12-year-old, and I said there were 12-year-olds in the class today, and then 2 of the students in the class, I'm like, she went to my school. That close. It could have been you. Again, like I said earlier, your day is going to come. You're going to be sitting in the front and see somebody laid out in front of you. So it's an accomplishment to get to that point.
And I'm definitely proud of all the kids, not just because they're going to college, but they have a plan after high school. And I think it starts with a plan, whether it's trade school, whatever the case may be. Have a plan. What do those next steps look like? And that somebody had that conversation with them to make sure that they were ready for that next step.
Yes. So that's all on my soapbox so far. I almost preached there just a little bit, but.
No song on your heart? No,
I ain't got no song right now. We're gonna get into this bariatric stuff. That's what everybody, kind of here for. So this new little wave of what we're doing in my journey to getting
slim thick.
So let's see the sexy. I am dropping weight. I'm not gonna tell you how much weight I lost so far. I just refuse, just because I want to be who I am. But if you can figure it out, since February I've been losing maybe 4 pounds a week. So if y'all can figure that math out, do it. But you can do it. You can figure it out.
I'm gonna see if that's right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's right or not, but I know that's what the average is right now. So it's probably accurate.
February was 3 months ago.
You got to figure out how far February was and what it is today. Then you got to say 4 pounds a week. You got to try to figure that out. This quick math. Carry the 1, drop the 2 down.
Not carry the 1, drop the 2 down.
All right, so my journey. I don't really have a whole lot to give.
That's all right.
This week. This is the reason why.
I'll give y'all something, but go ahead. I'm gonna let him finish first.
I know what she's gonna say, but went to the doctor last week, and the scale said some things I disagree with in a way. But it is what it is.
Y'all, I'm gonna pause you right there. The scale didn't say what it said at home because he's weighing himself butt naked at home. So this
pause right there.
No, pause me.
Zoom in on me.
Ain't no zoom in. He wanted to take off all his clothes at the doctor's office so that he could weigh the same thing that he weighed at home. No, sir. Take those 2 extra pounds that they had and go away. You know what you weigh because you weighed yourself naked at home. He's talking about, no, she can just put a towel up like the boxers do. You are not a boxer.
Y'all watching UFC weigh-ins. They got to cut weight and all that. They get up there in their boxers.
He is not a boxer, and them people were not ready for him to be like, hold on, let me take my pants off. No. Keep your clothes on.
I took my shoes off.
And you wanted to take your belt off because apparently the belt
was
is 2 pounds.
Almost 2 pounds. I'm sure of it. I'm sure the belt
Y'all,
was
these doctor's appointments and people be cracking up.
Listen. Let me tell y'all something. I had a mindset when I went into the doctor's office of what the scale should say.
But he already knew what it said. So why are we tripping? Because it was a couple of pounds more at the doctor's office. It was still a weight loss.
Right.
And they were still yet impressed.
Listen, I'm gonna open up the curtain for me. Just look
I was about
inside.
to say, last time you was trying to open up the curtain, you trying to get naked. So I got to watch you.
This is a little inside of being. Certain things that I do. I want to be naked when I'm praying. Because I'm in the shower. I pray in the shower. So I'm naked so that I can get pure. Wash all that dirtiness off of me. Then I go before the Lord. So when I get done, then I go weigh myself. Naked. And
so
not
you
afraid.
released your burdens too. Put your hands down.
Sometimes you got to get yourself cleansed before you can go before the Lord. Because this world out here is dirty and it's filthy.
Bill, you're too much.
You weren't ready for that?
You're too much.
You weren't ready for that?
You're just going to keep it going.
I'm just saying. They said go to your prayer closet. I go to my prayer shower.
Did you say your prayer closet?
Prayer closet.
You heard what I heard, didn't you, Riley?
I'm sorry. Prayer closet.
But what does that have to do with your scale, sir?
I'm just telling you my process.
Okay.
I got to get naked and shower and get all that dirtiness off of me so I can go before the Lord.
So you wanted to shower before you weighed
Raise your
yourself?
hand if you are saying TMI right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. So then after I get done shower, you're naked. Let me tell you something else. Again, we're going to reveal this. We're going to open the curtains up. We might as well open it all the way up. Have you ever taken a shower and fail when you was naked and wet? That is the worst feeling in the world. When you fall and you naked and wet? Oh my God. That's the worst feeling. You need some help? Help me, but I'm naked. You can't come in here.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
What are you laughing for?
How many times do you feel naked?
Just once. Just calm down. It's the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
And who helped you up?
You did. We was on vacation.
It was the night before our flight.
About to come back home. I'm in the shower. Came out that shower wet. Oh my God.
And then people, I'm going to call y'all out, Miami.
Mm.
Y'all didn't know where the hospital was or couldn't communicate to me where to take my husband who couldn't walk. And as we were on the shuttle, headed to the airport in the morning, we passed the hospital, which was diagonal from the hotel.
Had
I went out the back
hotel
door, I could have saw it. So we used a chair that was in the hotel and wheeled him down to the elevator. Sat him down in the lobby, and then I had to wheel it back up. And then they hopped him on that van. And the next time they went ahead and got a wheelchair to put him on the plane. We got on the plane. He sat on the front, and we got to Kansas City and took him to North Kansas City Hospital, where they put him in a boot.
Tore my ankle up.
So now every time he in the shower while we out of town, I'm looking at him like, "Be careful, please."
I had the towel down.
The towel
slipped
as well. Just
hold on, because I just was opening the curtain up right there. We gonna close the curtain. The curtain's closed. Close.
Traumatic times, for better or for worse, sickness and health.
Okay. Yes, I wanted to get naked at the doctor's office to get that weight
I
down.
declined.
The lady was like, "Oh."
She was like,
She may want to
okay.
see something. I know something short.
No.
What was her name? Becky?
I don't know.
I'm
You
sorry.
just made up
I
a
just
name.
made up a name. All right. So
It's horrible.
she did tell me, which I am committed to do. Some people don't believe it. She told me that I need to actually do a little bit more working out and walking and things like that, building my strength back up. I had a really bad time since the surgery with dealing with my medication. But praise God, I am off the medication that I was on before surgery. The last medicine I just got off of was blood pressure medicine. And when I got on it a few years back, I didn't want to be on it. They wanted to prescribe it, 2 years ago? And I declined kind of a little bit. But they finally got me back on it.
Borderline.
Yeah, it was borderline. and it was giving me medication, and it wasn't doing anything, and changed the medication a couple times. Then they tried to give me that death pill from the black community, that Reprenisil, and I was like, no, I ain't doing that. So we opted out, and then I got on some medication for a minute, and I stopped it, and then I went back a few times to the doctor for a couple of different things, and it was elevated. So I went ahead and accepted it. So I had it for about 2 years. But again, praise God that I am off of that medication.
Which affected his energy to be able to walk and things like that, because his blood pressure was then very low.
Yes.
Because he's had the surgery and he started losing weight. So then she said, let's do a half a pill, see how that's going. Well, that made him dizzy and fatigued. So definitely sent her a message on that Sunday and was like, hey, we still at this point. She was like, stop taking it.
I think I've been on here ranting about her before and her care. And
her care has gotten better since I've been in the room.
I don't know what it is. I know one thing. I almost cursed her a couple of times.
Because what I don't play about is my husband or my kids or my parents. You want to see me riled up? Choose your own adventure, pumpkin. So we done got her together. All the way.
Bianca said that she thought the woman was scared of her last time he was there.
She was like, she back, huh? Every time. Ain't going nowhere.
And then one of the things pre-surgery that I had an issue with disappeared before surgery when I went on the liquid diet. So I got rid of that pill earlier on. But all the issues that I had and concerns that led me to surgery has pretty much cleared up. My body is healing still. I think I'm probably about 90-95% healed when it comes to my physical. With all the weight loss I've had so far, I am a lot better. I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do without being overly fatigued.
I think now it's just the mental part.
It is lot to mental. I ain't nowhere mentally. I'm probably about 15-20%, because every day I learn something new about my body and trying to navigate that. And I think there was something on TikTok you sent me the other day where the woman said, "It's so much physical, but you have so much mental learning and growth that you're going to come from. You may not be able to eat some things and do certain things, but the learning process and all of that is where the growth is at." Yeah. So I'm learning so much. And the doctor the nutritionist kind of said the same thing. I'm learning so much. I'm learning what I can and cannot do.
Even something as simple as, what temperature can your water be?
Yes.
Or should it be tap water, filtered water, purified water?
Yes.
Spring water.
Yeah. And all those things.
It all goes down differently.
Yeah. And where it sits and things like that. What I can push. I haven't pushed the limits a lot. We're going to get into that, I'm sure. There's going to be some commentary from the person to my right-hand woman. Going to sit here and tell the stories.
It's been rough, y'all.
But
trying to get him in line.
But I take chances where I need to. For me, mentally, I know my body. Oh, I take it back. I don't know my body.
I was like, you just said.
I don't know my body, but I know when my body's telling me that something's wrong, and when I can push it and not push it.
He hasn't been wrong yet. There has been no rejections or anything like that. So I give him that. And even when he pushes it, it's very small, but I be looking at him like, now you pushing me.
Right. I have taken a couple of chances. I think I told you all about the little hot dog tip.
On Mother's Day.
Today I pushed it a little bit with I love pasta that I probably could have stayed away from, but it was a small portion.
It was only like a fork and a half full.
Yeah.
Of chicken spaghetti.
It was good too.
It was very good.
I think, and I'll go into this before we go back to the other thing. I know it's going to come. I'll let you have the whole little segment for that. I'll sit back and not say a word. But one of the things that I have the biggest concern about, and it's nothing against the diet or limitations I can have, it's nothing against the flavor, but it's when you're used to something and you miss out on not being able to do certain things, then certain things become elevated. Like your taste buds are different because I'm doing different things, I'm trying different things, I'm cutting certain things out. When I get something with that savory taste to it, it is like heaven.
Right.
And it's very, very difficult to stay away from that. But all those things ain't healthy for us at all times. So there's other healthy alternatives which I've been doing, but some of the flavor, I don't want to say it's lost, but it's just not the same. Your grandma's cooking is your grandma's cooking for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And what your mom had been doing for many, many years is embedded in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult when you get that, like today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get it over with.
Well, I think, one, we've been at home, right? So when we're not at home, we're out, people want to feed you.
Can I pause right there for a second?
He said he was going to.
Yeah, I want to say something about being at home. I'll be something about home. Oh, no, you go ahead. I'll bring it back later. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
People want to feed you. It's natural. They know you're going through stuff. People want to feed you. However, a couple things with that. One, when you're on this journey, you have to think about what your relationship with food is. Do I eat when I'm sad, when I'm happy, when I'm mad? Is that my crutch? Some people do liquor. Some people do marijuana. Some people do food. So you never know what somebody's relationship to food is. So I think during this time, even myself, I know that I've wanted to cook for somebody, feed them. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. They might not have to. And it's okay for you to try to help them in another way. Give them a hug. Be there. Call them. Check on them. That sort of thing. But then there is that aspect of everybody around me is eating. I know that food good because the senior saints, as my daughter would say, the senior saints is in the bag.
Cooking up a blessing.
Cooking up a blessing. And I want a little bit of that. So the church ladies will give him a little bit on the plate, like, oh, he could just have a little bit. And then I turn around and there's a daggone fried chicken wing on this man's plate. That's not what we talked about. We talked before we got up there. You was going to get a salad, maybe some vegetables or something. Please, pray tell, why do you have that wing on your plate? And he's like, oh, I can just peel off the skin and eat the chicken. Now, you and I know that he wasn't peeling off no skin. He just...
I tried.
You a monkey lie.
I did try.
He bit into it.
No, the first thing I did was peel the first piece off.
But you didn't peel the skin off. You peeled it
tried.
off of the bone.
It was a little bitty wing. And I wasn't...
That wing getting smaller and smaller every time you tell the story.
It was not that.
It was
not that.
It was a baby wing. But it had all three parts. And I knew he was going to eat the heck out of it. It was only bone left. And then he was like,
let me know when you finish so I can finish.
I'm going to eat half of this wing, then I'm going to eat the salad. And he had little chicken spaghetti, had some of my ground beef, regular spaghetti. And so I let him do that because I'm like, okay, it's only a forkful. You're supposed to have whole wheat pasta, but at least pasta's in your list on this week. So I let it go. So he had the wing. Okay. Then the man grabs my cup of lemonade. And I was like, now you're doing too much. Because you haven't had sugar, and that ain't on the list. What are you doing? First of all, when you add stuff, as his bariatric chef, you're supposed to add one item at a time so that if there's a reaction, you know what your body's reacting to. Do you think my husband did that? Not at all. Just chicken wing lemonade. And then he wasn't even supposed to have no liquids for 30 minutes after he ate. So him drinking while he eating was already violation number 5006 on today. I digress. He has one thing off his bucket list. His two things was he said he wanted a wing and he wants a rib, just one rib bone. So he's halfway there to his goal, I guess. But look, he only has a week until he's at the rib stage. I just need him to wait until next week. Go on.
So, let me explain myself.
It ain't gonna be a good explanation.
I asked the people, hey, what are you all cooking back there? What are they having back there to see what I can eat? I knew what was going to go on. I knew what I could and could not do. A lot of it I could not do. I knew I was going to do a salad. I had the salad bowl in my hand, and I put a little dressing on it. And of course, it wasn't low-fat dressing like I'm supposed to have. Again, when we go out to different places and there's food available, again, we went to a couple of graduation parties. There's food available. Everybody's eating. I'm not really a emotional eater when it comes to that sense. I'm a convenience and availability, of course. But I've been really, really strict about most of my things, and I push the limits some small areas. Very controlled, pushing the limits. So what happened was, I know this always sounds, kind of crazy.
What had happened was,
Yesterday, on Saturday, we went to one of the graduation parties, and my cousin did some things, and they told me the menu, and I was like, just give me the salad and the green beans.
Could have had some brisket there.
You want to tell the story? Let me tell the story.
Go on.
I'm telling my story.
Go on.
So there was brisket and chicken, baked beans. Was there anything else? A little bit it. So I opted out for the other items. I was just bring me the salad and the green beans. She was like, veggies, got it, cool. I should have taken that piece of chicken yesterday, just one piece. It was grilled. I probably should have took that. The brisket, I should have took it too, but it came to me too fast. I wasn't really expecting it, and I didn't do it. So there was some regret in that. So when the chicken came before me today.
Oh, that's how you spelling it because you didn't do it yesterday.
Let me finish, please.
I was.
And let me tell. This is gonna tell us about who's listening as well. There was a memory I had on Facebook about. I said, "God is chicken." You remember that memory?
And Chandra just reposted it.
I see. That's what I'm saying. That week, that just came.
It was chicken spaghetti.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm gonna blame Chandra for triggering you. Okay. I ain't blaming you, girl. I'm blaming him.
That chicken spaghetti, and it was fire today too.
He said, "God is chicken."
God is chicken is what I said.
And she posted him because he's a hot.
That would have been 4 years ago.
Probably.
That was 4 years ago because we were at church and they were talking about stuff. She's like, "She gonna make chicken spaghetti."
But was that in the pandemic? Because 4 years ago was
Yes,
2020.
it was 2020 because your daughter was graduating around that time. We was at the church house during the pandemic, and I was sitting downstairs. She was upstairs, and she posted it. But anyway, and she said, "This fool just said God is chicken." Listen, so
You can't sing "God is my everything" and not be chicken. But go ahead.
So that's just a little inside joke. But I got my little plate, and they were asking me, "You can't have this, you can't have that." I was like, "No, I can't have that." I said, "I'll just try a little this, a little that." And I said, "Just go ahead and put one piece of chicken on there." And my plan was, of course, in this diet, they tell you eat your protein first. And my plan was try to do that, but I was like, well, I have a lot of salad, which I know I can have. So I tasted the chicken, and the seasoning hit my lips. Let me tell you about this seasoning that hit my lips. I don't know who made that chicken. I don't know where it came from. It wasn't a Jay's. I don't know where the chicken came from. But the seasoning hit my lips, and I was like, there is a God today.
Because God's chicken.
Go ahead. So it was good. Somebody asked me later on today was like, "That's the best chicken I ever had." It wasn't the best chicken I ever had, but it sure was good. It sure was good. And going back to like Bianca said, through early weeks of post surgery, when I started to crave, I haven't craved a whole lot, and like I told you all before, I haven't been really hungry at times. I don't know what that looks like, But there was a point in time where I was like, I just can't wait till I get a plate, pretty much basically empty, and one piece of chicken on it. The thought I had was a leg, wasn't the wing. But hey, whatever it is. So I did accomplish that. And I can't wait for the second time I have a piece of chicken. But I still have to get my rib. I want a good rib sitting on my plate by itself. I don't think I want anything else with it. Just the rib. But today I had the salad, so I had to taste the chicken. I pushed it aside in case I couldn't finish it. I went ahead and ate my salad all the way, and then I went back. And the problem was I peeled the first piece of chicken off. First look, savory, put it aside. When I picked it up again,
The dramatics. The dramatics is killing me.
let me say it again. When I picked it up again, I couldn't contain myself. You know what jumped in my spirit?
What being?
Tap that apps.
What? Apps? That don't even fit.
It does.
How, Sway?
Because all I could think of was, if you don't do this, you're going to tap your own apps.
What?
I just had to eat the chicken. I just had to take it in.
Are y'all confusion like I'm confusion? I can't.
I took it down. I went ahead and took it down. And it was good. It was good. It was good. So now we over my pushing the limits today. We can move on to the rest of my bariatric journey.
He is entering stage 7.
And a half.
No, you keep making it half. It's just 7 on Tuesday. And then next week is stage 8, which is the final stage. And then he is fully normal to...
I think there's a little couple of things after that. We just don't know them yet. I think they give you the
He's
first
fully
age.
normal to start having portions of whatever he's going to eat. But, of course, things need to be like low sugar, whole grain, things of that nature.
Besides
He
my
can
little...
have a beef stick.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
He's excited for the
I need
beef
to put
stick.
that on my list of
I
bucket
said,
list.
I'm going to make sure that on next week, there is beef sticks available.
Again, my cravings are weird. Well, I haven't had cravings. It's things that I miss. Like, I miss the savoriness of the food sometimes. Again, I eat with my eyes first, and it looked delicious. Riley had a piece of chicken. We went to a graduation party today. Riley had a piece of chicken. Oh, my God. It looked so good. So good. And it was cold. I know it was good. Anywho.
How'd you know it was cold?
We've been sitting outside at the park.
Was it cold?
Warm.
You just don't want to say it's cold. It was warm because of the sun.
I really have been, besides my little indiscretions, I've been doing good.
Not indiscretions. That doesn't sound good. I'm like, what?
When you cheat on your diet, it's indiscretion.
Okay. But that was a minor cheat.
That's what I'm saying. My point is I've been doing really, really good. I've been eating low-fat cheeses. I've been eating low-fat dressings on my salad and things of that nature.
It's having an emotional connection and not a physical.
What?
When you're talking about cheating, it's comparing the two. It's
Okay.
an emotional connection instead of a physical.
Yeah. But I've been doing really good. We haven't been places. It's a lot easier, again, for the bariatric journey. It's a lot easier when we get home in a controlled environment. When you get out and you got other cooks that are cooking, you have no control over what you're being taken into the food that's been given, the butter and the salt.
And sorry, not sorry. Usually he can't talk for himself when somebody's trying to give him something. I'm like, oh no, he can't do that. I know. I'm saying I usually butt in first. So I said sorry, not sorry. I said what I said and I meant it.
I'm 30 minutes if I can drink something.
I usually cut it off first. What?
I didn't mention you mentioned the lemonade, but the biggest problem I have with all the diet stuff is when you're eating and then you take a bite of something that's good and you swallow it down and you want to reach for your drink. It's very difficult when you can't do that. The reasons why they don't want you to do that: one, you don't want to fill yourself up too fast. You also don't want to flush what you're taking in out. because you need to have that food that you're taking in sit in your body, giving you fuel to be able to make it throughout the rest of the day. And that fullness feeling that you have has to stay there as long as possible. If you drink the water too fast, it flushes it out. That's gone. You're hungry again. Now you're overeating. And then if you get too full, it's going to come the other way. So they don't want you to eat 30 minutes, drink 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. The drinking 30 minutes before, because I have to get so much water in, I haven't really honored that as much. And that, again, is, of course, to keep you from getting too full before you eat, be able to keep stuff down. I have pushed that limit away from what the doctors have said because they want you to get so much water in. I can't drink, stop drinking, wait 30 minutes, eat something, wait another 30 minutes, and then still trying to drink and get all my fluids I have to get in the day. That is so difficult for me.
And they weren't too much worried about the before drinking. They were worried more about the after drinking.
She mentioned it, the nutritionist mentioned it, but
she said it'll get easier further along.
I've ignored that request because, again, I think that when they give you the plan, it's a plan, but it's different for everybody. They keep saying that. I'm listening to what they say. I'm taking what they're saying and I'm applying it to me and my body. Listening to my body, listening to what I need to do. They told me I need to get 64 ounces in. I struggled with getting it in earlier on. Now I'm being able to get it in, but I'm getting my plan together along with what their plan is. So and then one of the things I had when I was heavier, politically correct way to say it, I had problems when trying to avoid certain things, and then you overeat when you get them. If you want one chip, but you end up eating a whole bag because you can't control yourself. You eat a roll of cookies at one time versus just getting one and control yourself. If you can get past the craving, then you're better off. But if you can just satisfy the craving and move on, then you'll be better off as well. So some of these things that I've done, I push the limits, but I haven't gone crazy with it. I ain't went out and spent any money on any fast food, any money on anything outside of what I'm supposed to be eating. And that's a blessing in its own.
Amen.
So that being said, I think I've been doing really well. My weight is continuing to drop. I think you may have asked me if I think I've hit a plateau anywhere yet. I thought you asked me that.
With me.
But I'm not there yet. I'm interested to see where I go once I start doing the more walking. We mentioned the blood pressure medication, how that's changed me. The one thing that she told me to add, which makes it easier to get my fluids in, is to add sugar-free Gatorade and things of that nature for the electrolytes to keep me more energized. Because I was having dizzy spells when I took the medication. Then I got off of that. I wasn't no more dizzy spells. But I have a little times where I move too fast and do too much. But I'm past that now, I think. And the Gatorade is something easy to take down. Because, again, to get that flavor.
That's the sodium that they mentioned that will help it, too.
Yeah. So I'm doing good. I'm really doing good. I'm proud of myself. One of the things I want to share with you, if you think about the surgery and you want to do it, I recommend just taking the time to get your mental health together first, and then get you a support. So again, I want to take this time to give my wife her flowers for supporting me and getting on my nerves as much as she does. I don't regret her pushing me in certain areas. Some areas I do. But
you gotta
at the end of the day,
all at the same time.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I appreciate all that she's done for me. I thank you and I love you for that.
I love you
Because
too.
you didn't have to. And if you're out there and you're on this journey and you need some support, I'm here to reach out to give guidance and encouraging words or whatnot, or anything that you got going on. We're transitioning into summer, which probably will be a little more difficult for me because of the fact that I am a griller.
I told him he can still grill for
I'm a
us.
griller, and I'm planning on it. Oh, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I do want to announce. I decided this earlier. My wife don't know about this. I decided this earlier. I have a goal that I have personal, a number. When I reach that number, my plan is to have a big blowout. So this season is going to be Ben's goals. When he reaches his goals, he's going to cook. I'm going to be on that grill. Not for me to eat, but to feed everybody else. My wife mentioned earlier, I supposed to feed people. I want to grill a lot of stuff. So again, it's not about me eating it. I just like to do it. I like to putting the flavors together. I like to put the stuff on the grill. I like to see the end results. I eat with my eyes first, so I don't have to take in all the food. But if I can make you a hot dog, a burger, chicken wings on that grill, some salmon, vegetables, ribs. I ain't got to that brisket yet. My cousin made a brisket. I ain't got to that
22
yet.
hours.
22 hours making a brisket. I want to do that one day.
It was so good too.
So as soon as I reach my goal, I'm gonna plan to do a big cookout, and I'm gonna put it out there on Facebook. I don't even put stuff on Facebook like that. I post this little stuff right here. I make sure something like that. I'm gonna put it on Facebook. I want you to reach out to me and DM me, but I can tell you exactly when the day is gonna be. I may even make me a flyer and say Ben's Goal Cookout.
Flyer.
Bring your food, and I'm gonna throw it on the grill. I'm gonna be cooking all day long.
They bring the meat.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cooking all day long.
Amen.
I'll be
You
cooking,
got the
cooking.
lead with that. Okay.
I can't wait. That's my goal. Me and my wife talked about it in years past about when you lose weight or whatever, you reach a certain.
It made down their own.
Y'all can tell we
Somebody
don't,
get
we
that
don't
kid.
edit this.
Yeah, somebody get that kid.
This is not
Who kid is that?
not sure. Go
Now
to
she's
the
talking and speaking in tongues.
bathroom.
Listen,
Go to the bathroom.
we got to wrap this up because we got a sick kid in our hand, and I listen.
She choking while
And I ain't told y'all
Gatorade.
before. I'm not your mama. I ain't gonna run after nobody throwing up, and I ain't clean up after nobody.
She ain't throwing up.
You too big for that. All right, listen. I want to galvanize the city and cook for y'all.
Oh my God. Y'all, I can't. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions about the journey, anything you want Ben to talk about, any questions you want to ask. We are open books. We can answer it. Y'all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Wonderful weekend.
And hopefully I can get him back on here at least in another week. He'll be headed to the graduation here at the beginning of June. So hopefully we can get him on here before the graduation. And then afterwards, so he can tell you all how he did, what he ended up. Because he's was nervous. Like, oh, I need to look up all the restaurants, look up the menus. Because again, it's difficult. After he just been relying on whatever I give him, that's what he eat. Now he has to go out into the world. It's like me sending my little birdie out into the world and let him making the good decisions and not eating chicken wings. Hopefully that was the last one. All right. Our hearts and minds are clear. We love you all. If we haven't told you, if we haven't got a chance to hug you and love on you, we love each and every one of y'all that are watching. You all have a wonderful day.
This has been a B Square Productions.
Bye.
And as I leave here, I'm going to cook. And I'm going to galvanize the city like Patrick Mahomes.
Get turned off. Goodbye, y'all. Bye. I said bye.